Hi, this is Vicki. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I want to welcome you to My Paper Connection channel. Yes, you heard me right. I said My Paper Connection. I announced it on Wednesday, but I just wanted to remind you again that it's no longer The Paper Connection. It is My Paper Connection, and you'll be able to find my Facebook page, Pinterest, Instagram, and my website at mypaperconnection.com. So anyway, I am featuring Snowman Season this week, and it is the cutest thing. It's such a cute stamp set, and I love how Stampin' Up! Brought in the Coastal Cabana with the real red colors. And I told you on Wednesday that today's card would be fun. Well, watch this. Boing, boing, boing. Can you see it? See, it has a little spring, and that snowman is just wiggling. Isn't that fun? I love it. And I know my grandkids will love that. So without further ado, let's get started, and I'll show you how you can make one of these too. Okay, so the base of our card is going to be real red, and it is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. And I'm just going to take my bone folder and just crease it along that score line. And look how well that creases it and keeps it closed. Isn't that great? So my card opens like this. Normally it's this way and opens like that, but we're going to do it this way today. Hoping the season builds heartwarming memories. Isn't that fun? Okay, and so I'm going to use this paper, which is from the Snowman Suite. And you can see on the other side there's all kinds of hats, and it's glittery and just really cute. It's kind of felted and glittery. It's just really fun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a frame using my second to the largest stitched rectangle, and I'm going to cut out one with this as well. So just to save time, I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back. Now the next thing I want to do is to ink up Let It Snow, and I'm going to do this first before I do my snowman, because I want to know that I've got plenty of space for it, and it's kind of a focal point for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'll close it up because I'll do these snowflakes later. Now I'm going to bring in my black Memento ink, and I'm going to start with this guy first because he's going to go right square in the middle, and I want to make sure that I have enough room for the others. So place him right about here. Then I'll bring this cute little guy in, and we're going to stamp him right over here. And then I'm going to bring, oh, I'm making all kinds of noise. Then I'm going to bring this fun one in and place him right over here. And I think it's right, his snowball's right in the middle of Let It Snow. It's okay. Okay, now I'm going to color my little guys. And I'm also going to bring in a spare piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp another one of these snowmen because I'm going to punch him out. True story. I started to work on this, and about the time I got ready to start working on these, my husband walked in the door. My husband is a professional photographer and videographer, and I got so nervous I just froze. Isn't that the silliest thing you ever heard of? I talk in front of him all the time. I talk in front of groups of people. It doesn't bother me at all, but all of a sudden he walked in and I just froze. And I'm like, you got to leave. You got to get out of here. I can't do this. It's kind of silly, isn't it? Anywho, that's the way I roll sometimes. Alright, I just touched that up because I didn't do it quite as much as I should. So, alright, so now I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to go around the side of his face with light smoky slate, and I'm going to do it on every one of them. and then I'm going to use a color lifter to help lift the color. I'm doing this to give it a little bit of dimension so that it's just not so flat. Here you can see I'm using the color lifter, and what it'll do is just pick up the color and move it around and thin it out a little bit and just kind of make it look a little lighter. It won't be so harsh, but it will look like there's shadow on the snowman. It's also really good if you make a mistake and you get out of the lines. You see how it just kind of moves that gray around and gives it a little bit of shadow? There we go. Now, doesn't that look better than it would if it were just plain black and white? Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of Wink Costello as well and just kind of give them a little bit of gleam and glitter to it. There we go. Now I'm going to take the light Calypso Coral and just paint their noses. Then I'm going to use some, I think it's, yeah, dark balmy blue, and then I'll use the light Night of Navy to do the cap and the scarf. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do with coloring is this particular piece right here. I'm going to just kind of go around the edges with the light Pool Party. It just kind of gives it a definition and sets it off. So now I'm going to bring in the punch for my snowman. Punch it out. I have red for his hat that I'm just going to lay along the side like that. Then I have brown that I want to use for his arms, like that. Now I'm going to use my glue, and I'm going to glue on the little arms, just like that. Wrong place. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bill of the hat and just lay it across his head like that. Good grief, Vicky. My poor little guy's falling apart. Okay, I'm apparently all thumbs today. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to stamp some snowflakes across there. And I'm going to stamp off before I do because I don't want them to be super dark. And I'm just going to kind of move my paper around like that. Whoops, that one was really dark, wasn't it? You know what I think I'm going to do since I messed that up? I think I'm going to just veer off real quick. Like I'm going to fix that. Okay, I'm not going to go off camera to do it. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to fix that. So I am going to stamp Let It Snow like that, and then I'm going to use a punch, and we will fix this problem. I'll be right back. Let's see. I'm not going to cut this out, but let's see if I could. Okay. There we go. So we're just going to cut this out. If you hear a little that would be my 3.5-pound Chihuahua I guess she wants to be on the video as well. So let's see. Nope, that's not going to work. So let's try one more thing. Okay, you'll notice that I cut it short. I actually want to bring it in here. I'm going to make it a little shorter on purpose. I love that you can do that with these punches. There we go. Now let's see if that fixes it. And it does. Okay. Crisis averted. All right, so I am going to put just a few snowflakes around this so that it feels like it's still like a continuum. Just like that. There we go. Okay, so now let's put some dimensionals on the back of that. And hey y'all, I am not too proud to say I make mistakes and things happen, and I feel like other people you learn how you don't have to scratch a whole scrap a whole project just because you messed up a little bit. You really don't. There are ways to fix things if you just think about it. And so and I'm happy if you can learn from my mistakes. I'm happy to let you in on my mistakes. I'm going to bring in my silicone pad because I don't want to get this glue all over the place. I can kind of be like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me kind of thing, you know. I have days like that occasionally, and so I'm trying to take precautions so that doesn't happen this time. All right, so let's put this in place just about like this. Yeah, that's great. Then I am going to pop this up all the way around. Let's place this down right here in the center of it, in the center of that frame, just like that. I think I want to do, I feel like I need to add just a little bit more. There, that makes me feel better. Whatever it takes to make me feel better, right? Okay. Now here is where the magic comes in. I got these little wobbles from Amazon. It might have been $6 for 12 of them, something like that. They're so easy to use. So, excuse me a second, I need to clean up my area. Whew, sorry about that. I don't like working in a mess. Okay, so what I did is I took let's see how I did this. Okay, I put this on the back side of my snowman, and then I put the thicker plate, and it'll fit right there in the middle section of Frosty. And then you take the middle the larger base, peel the adhesive off of that, and stick it in the middle section of this guy. And then you have yourself a wobble card. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is to stamp the inside of our card, and we're going to use this sentiment, hoping this season brings heartwarming memories, right in the middle right here. Then we're going to put Merry Christmas right up under that. And then we're going to place some full-on snowflakes. Just like that. Oops. It didn't go all the way, but it's okay. Then we're going to glue it on the inside, and then we will be done with our fun wobble card. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And yes, I did make the mistake, but you know what? I will send this card. I might even put some sort of an embellishment on it, but I will send this card out for Christmas. It is just too cute not to. Don't you just love that? I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you are inspired to get you some wobblers. It's just too fun. I can't stop doing it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will hit subscribe and ring the bell so you get noticed whenever the next video comes out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Any comments, anything like that, I would love to hear your suggestions. And if you do make a card with a wobble thing or anything from the Snowman season, I would love to see yours. So please share it with me. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.